Y'all, so the Carpet Chronicles continue. I promised you there was more. So I'm going to share my third experience, I guess, that I had when I was visiting my chiropractor for an adjustment in acupuncture. And so, again, for a lot of you who have been following me, you know that I've been going routinely, I've been going twice a week for the last 5 weeks since getting back from Mayo Clinic. Because it's just a part of my treatment plan. And so anyway, I started realizing that I thought that, me not feeling well may be for a reason. I think that, sometimes things do just happen for a reason, but a lot of times I've noticed that there's something behind it, or at least that God uses our struggles. Like, he doesn't waste those bad situations. There's always something good that he can do in anything. And so I believe that he's working through this through my appointments. And so I'm really excited about that and to see how that's been happening. And so that's why I'm sharing all of this, because what good does it do to keep all of this like amazing only God stories to myself? So I'm continuing sharing with you what I'm calling the Carpet Chronicles, because if you missed my first video, I saw like this amazing vision, is what I'm calling it, in a rug at my chiropractor's office. And so I know a lot of people will probably think I'm totally crazy, and I think that's a good reason to be scared and not want to share these things, but I don't care. And I've been the last probably 6 months or so, I feel more bold than ever to share my faith with people, even when I know that they aren't believers. And so if that's you, listen up, Buttercup, because I have some fun things that I wanted to share. Like, not fun things, but just really exciting things. Okay, so if you missed my first video, be sure to go back and listen for the backstory. But I've started keeping track of everything that I've been seeing, and so now it's Friday, October 30th. I go to my adjustment. I have this all written down so that I wouldn't forget the detail. So I go to my chiropractor for an adjustment. And then later afterwards, I was getting acupuncture. So it was the same routine. Dr. B takes me into the acupuncture room. It's the red room. There's this red and black abstract carpet. I lay face down. I could see through the hole, just like you would at like if you're getting a massage or something. It's the same kind of table. I'm laying there. And then she puts the needles in. She dims the music, turns on the music, dims the lights, and says, "Hey, I'll see you next time." Closes the door. And I don't see her, I never see her again after that until my next appointment, because her husband comes in, he's the assistant there, and he takes all the needles out and checks me out. So anyway, I'm laying there face down. I'm like, ooh, I just remembered, like, oh, let's see what's in this rug today, because I saw some pretty crazy stuff the last time. And so I just like start looking around to see what I could see. And I didn't see any demons or tormented faces, so that was amazing. I also didn't see Jesus, so, he didn't come back, at least in the rug. And so, but I did notice, like, up in this left-hand corner of the rug in my vision area, I saw this woman, and she was looking up. It looked like maybe she was like 1900s or something. Like, she had her hair pulled up into a bun, and she was like looking up, and she was a beautiful woman. I don't know who she was. That's just who I saw. And then I look down, this way, in the other part of the rug, and I saw half of a man's face, and it would have been his left side of his face, and everything else was black around, up and to the side, but I saw this side of his face, and it was like, it's hard to explain, but he was just like this chiseled face. His face looked very strong, if you know what that means, like very like bold features, chiseled chin and nose and everything, and his eye, like, he looked stern, not mad, but just like a strong, stern face. And I immediately felt like this was God, and maybe it wasn't, but I just felt like it was God. It was his face. And then just behind that side of the face, I could see a little baby. And it was just a little baby, probably, I'm guessing like 3 or 4 months old. And it had his mouth open. And it was like he was happy or cooing or something. And I immediately felt like this was River. And for those of you who don't know who River is, I lost a baby in a miscarriage a few years ago. Maybe, oh man, it's been probably 4 years ago now. And so I just had this sense that like God had my baby and my baby was happy. And it was just, oh my gosh, it was so awesome. And so, anyway, sorry, now I'm getting emotional because it was beautiful. Like, I don't feel sad, by the way. It was just the coolest. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh. Totally. I feel like I've been getting emotional on my videos lately and it's embarrassing. So, anyway, I see this baby and I see God and I just like get a tear in my eye, just like a happy tear, like, oh wow, this is beautiful, it's amazing. And so my vision like gets blurry and I try blinking away. You know, you're like, oh man, I'm not crying, but it's just like there's a tear there and I try blinking it away. And you know, normally that works and you can see clearly again. But I don't know if it's because I had my gravity like face down, the gravity was like holding the tear there or what it was. But my vision just turned completely gray. I couldn't see anything. And then the more I kept trying to blink it away, like all of a sudden, um, I just see white. Everything's white. So I'm in this dim room, right? In front of this dark rug, and everything just turns white. And I'm blinking, blinking, blinking. I'm like, okay, eventually I just stare. I'm like, okay, maybe it'll just clear up. And then in a second, it was crystal clear. I could see everything. And again, I saw God's face, and he was still there. And so it was just like this soft, like I just had this feeling, this completely relaxed feeling where I felt comfort and peace. And I just laid there and like just slowly closed my eyes and I just started praying because I told you that I committed for 20 minutes twice a week. Every time I'm in there, I'm going to pray. And so I just started praying my same prayer I was praying last time, like, God, fill your spirit in this place. Shine your light here, because where there's light, there's no darkness. You know, give me the opportunity to speak with Dr. B. You know, place your blessing and protection over her pregnancy, over her business, all these things. I was just praying all of this. And so I continued praying for the next 20 minutes until her husband came in, took the needles out, and wished me well on my way. And so that was it. That was the third God experience, I guess you could call it, that I had. But my second story in my Carpet Chronicles. And so anyway, it was really powerful. And I have one more I'm going to share with you, so stay tuned. I have one more that just happened yesterday that I'm going to share. I'm just keeping these videos separated because it's easier for me to be able to track it, and I know that I only can hold people's attention span for so long. So when you're ready, check out the next one. It'll be dated November 10th. So peace.